Hello, and welcome to Passion Supernatural Podcast, the podcast where we discuss what we consider to be the best soap opera ever, Passions. Here for another weekend, people. That's right, another Sunday, 2 p.m. We are here to discuss, you guessed it, Passions. The late soap opera Passions. They ran from 99 all the way to '08. That's right. Hi there. I'm Joe Velasquez, as I always am. You don't have to remember it because I do. Joining me today is my lovely co-host Casey Metcalf. Casey, how you doing?
All right, I cleaned all day.
A little
Yep,
cleaner today, huh?
yep,
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. You got yourself up and active. That's a good show, girl. Absolutely.
yep.
And also joining us today is, I can't believe she's back after last weekend she wasn't here, our frequent guest appearance, Acacia. How you doing, girl?
Hello, I'm good. I didn't do too much today. Today was a self-care day. Like I washed my hair and did that, like threw it up in a bun. But yeah, no, self-care day. So
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear. It seems like both of you ladies, had something at least. Casey cleaning and Acacia. Well, you had to wash your hair, so that's something.
wash my hair.
Exactly. So yeah, everybody, we all are here as of today, the three of us. We're back, as I said, another Sunday, at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's right, Eastern people. Don't you forget that, in case you're in another country or something. We're here to discuss the amazing soap Passions. There's been a lot going on, I assure you. I guess I don't have very much, but I guess I'll just start us off. Just to say for not just all of you watchers out there, but for my two co-hosts here and everything for today, I'll just say or whatever that I really haven't gotten in touch with anybody new as far as finding contacts. Acacia, I might as well tell you. Me and Casey, we just got together about what, like, say, a day or two ago, or something like that. I was asking Casey to basically help me. This might be a little bit difficult for you, Acacia, because you're not too far in or whatever. But at the same time, since Casey's watched it from the beginning, I was asking Casey to kind of help me think of if there's anybody that I forgot, because I feel like I got everyone. I feel so very, very, very much like all the contacts that I was able to find on IMDb Pro. That's everybody. That's what I feel like, and I just really, really would hate it if my thing expires next month, and I'm just afraid, like, what if it expires and I didn't get everybody, and then there's somebody I missed. Then I gotta wait for another $22 to get another monthly subscription. So, and I gotta say, even Casey here had difficulties thinking of anybody else or whatever.
I think I think you get everybody
Yeah,
that I
and
mentioned.
I'm still having difficulties getting through to a number of people. I still haven't gotten through to, like, any of the managements, that is, of, like, Reese Durkee and everything. At least Bruce, that is Seth, his twin brother. I couldn't find any contacts under him. I found management of Cracked Connie, the actress that played Cracked Connie. I found her management. Haven't called yet. Um, I've already told Casey already that I managed to find the contacts for the actress who played Norma. Norma Wallace, was it, something like that? But
Yeah,
I haven't tried to call her for her yet because I haven't got a clue of how in the hell to pronounce that name. That is a mouthful. I don't know how to say her real actress's name or whatever. I need to find that out first. That's a tough one. So, um, yeah, it's a little tough right now and everything because I feel like I got everybody. I just need to look in there and see, like, okay, I should reach out to this person, or I should, yeah, and stuff like that. So I haven't really. It's obviously the weekend now, so I have to wait till Monday to start making calls again. So, but yeah, I know I've told Casey this, but for you, Acacia, as of now, I've gotten four no's and one yes so far. Eric Bartzoff, Galen Gehring, Melinda Sward, aka Pretty, and Juliet Mills have all sent me, at least their well, Melinda herself, the other three, their management sent me messages just saying they're just way too busy right now and everything. I mean, the management of Galen got back to me pretty quickly and really quickly actually said Galen is not doing interviews right now. Try again in the fall. So yeah, I mean that's definitely a good sign if they tell you to try again in the fall. I mean that's definitely a good sign. We might have a chance with him. Maybe we'll have to see. But, and I mean, like I said, Jill Remez will be joining us on the 11th. Everybody, be sure to tune in, July 11th. All of you who know Juanita Vasquez. I mean, and I did speak to her on the phone. I did actually speak to her on the phone. Yes, I actually had a good, nice little conversation. She is a sweetheart. She is a total sweetheart, the complete opposite of her character. You all of you out there, wait till you tune in on the 11th. You're in for a real treat. She really enjoyed her, time on Passions and everything, you know. She said that it was just so kooky and just so different from any other soap. She basically told me any actor that got to star on that show and everything, they really had something and everything, because what actor gets to star on a soap that's as kooky as Passions? I mean, it's just, yeah, and all that. And I mean, she told me not very many people know of Juanita Vasquez because she was only on DirecTV. So I guess that kind of answers our thing, Casey. We kept on getting thrown off whether she was introduced at the ending of season 8 or if she didn't start until the show was actually on DirecTV. I wasn't too sure. So I guess it was only DirecTV that Juanita came in. So, yeah, and she, I told her about how we had our chat with Christopher Malecki, and even though Christopher Malecki was it as Spike was in the DirecTV season and all that stuff, he was there even though his character never got a write-off, but even then, because they never worked together, she didn't really know who he was. Apparently, that's gonna be one of the difficult things or whatever, is that we're probably gonna have to really, really think Casey, you and I have watched the final season. We're gonna have to really think, like, who were the actors that actually had contact with Juanita?
Because Spike wasn't in the season. He wasn't in
no,
the
he
season.
was in the season. He was in the season. He just had no contact with Juanita. He was only in Harmony. Juanita was in Mexico and then came to Harmony. I can bet you anything that by the time she arrived in Mexico, Spike was, in Harmony, Spike was already gone, I can bet you. So he was probably already gone by the time she arrived in Harmony. But, yeah, we're just gonna have to really think to ourselves, like, what cast members, what characters had physical contact with Juanita, so then Jill may remember that person or something, you know. She might, like, because she actually thought that Christopher Malecki might have been in the final episode. No, he was long gone before the final episode, so and I said to her, oh, so you really don't have that Mexican accent? No, I don't. And so, no, she's not really Mexican, at least, or whatever, so, but no, she's a total sweetheart. She said that she's honored to do this. Man, I so did not expect this actress. I didn't think I was going to get any contact with her. I'm blown away right now that we got this woman, ladies. Yeah. Yeah, so, I'm just suggesting, Acacia, just so you get an idea, you might want to watch a few episodes of the final season before we get to the 11th, just to kind of know who you're going to be meeting if you're with us.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out for sure. Or a few episodes, or I'll go on the Passions Wikipedia or something.
Man, shit, this is... Oh, and I also mentioned to her, again, Acacia, you wouldn't know, but I also brought up to her that... And I did manage to find the contact to the guy that played her henchman on the show, and all that. I didn't have contacts with him at the time, but I do now. I did manage to find him. She's like, yeah, we called him Hench. That was never actually mentioned in the show, but all of us on the show, we all called him Hench. And I'm like, oh, cool. And all that, they just gave him a name. And so, even though it was never said on the show. So, yeah. But, yeah, we're in for a real treat, the three of us on the 11th. I can't wait. And then it's just going to be all about finding other people. So we're in the summer, so I mean, hopefully it goes by quickly, and hopefully around, I don't know, say around August, September or something, I can start trying people like Galen, and maybe Eric might be available. I mean, Galen's management did say try again in the fall, so that might be something of a good sign for us. I mean, don't get your hopes up, Casey. I know you want Galen very badly, so do I, but we can't make any guarantees. So, but anyways, enough about me. What about you, Acacia? Where are you at now? What's going on with you and Passions? I mean,
So I have watched a few more episodes. It's still the same. I mean, obviously, like I said, Passions drags.
it
Dylan
does.
Bermuda, Luis is about to walk in, like he's like at Julian's door, and Teresa's like, she's drunk. She's like, I need to go freshen up.
Oh, great.
And so she's like in the bathroom, and um, Sheridan and Luis are like at Julian's door, and they're like,
Mhm.
"What are you doing here? And why are you making so much noise? And who's in there with you?" And Teresa comes out the bathroom, and it's like, is Luis gonna see her in the background? Like, you know, why is my sister in your bedroom? But and then
Casey, maybe you and I better watch the show from the beginning. I don't know any of this stuff.
So I'm actually there's another creator on TikTok who is like a big Passions fan,
Oh,
and not
really?
the other Passions podcast, but we are kind of seeing if we can figure out how to maybe do a live where we like live stream from the beginning.
Mm.
So I'll let you know if we do end up doing it or how it'll work out. But
But believe me, I would love that. Would be something special. I mean, me and Casey, we would love to actually stream the show. I mean, they're all on YouTube, at least for the most part, other than the mute outs and stuff like that because of the copyrighted music. But I don't know how to stream like that. I mean, I'm using my phone right now. But neither my phone nor my computer do I know how to stream videos like that if you're recording or whatever you're watching together and stuff like that. I don't know how that's done.
I would have to look at Zoom and how to do it, because I know that there is a way to do it. I just don't know how to. We were
Mm-hmm.
going to do it on TikTok Live.
That'd be
Um,
something. That would really boost the ratings.
yeah, so we'll see. She actually just messaged me very like today actually.
Mhm.
And so we were kind of talking through how to maybe do like kind of
Here
do a
I here I
co-work.
thought mine and Casey and you, Acacia, I thought we were the only Passions people on TikTok.
Oh my gosh, there's a whole TikTok world or TikTok Passions world. So this creator, she does like NBC soap operas in general, but I actually found her because I have a pretty popular post that's pinned in my TikTok about Justin and Lindsay being married, and for whatever reason it blew up and it just became super popular, and had a lot of comments and things like that. And this creator had like a copied version of it, and I like messaged like, hey, like like did you like kind of get this off of my page, which is fine, whatever. Um, and I think actually it's online because it did like kind of blow up so quickly. And so she was very nice, like messaged me. I was like, like I'll like put your TikTok on there. I'll give you credit. And it's like, don't worry about it. Like, I don't want you to have to delete it and repost it because it's very popular on her page too. People clearly love Justin and Lindsay. It's the one that's in my stories now.
Right.
And so people clearly love Justin, and well, people love Lindsay. Justin did not have a lot of favorable comments, and not a ton. Some people loved them, some people didn't.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, so that was how I came to like know who she was. And she was like, hey, if you want to collaborate ever on like getting a live TikTok live going where we can watch them we might watch them from YouTube. I don't know if we'll watch them from the hard drive, the Google Drive that I have. I would like to because it doesn't have the mute outs with the sounds, but I also don't know if I don't want to get a copyright or anything like that. I actually had a video this
Sure.
week that I got a copyright or got muted because of the sound. So I had to like
Right.
repost it and take the music out and put like other music in.
YouTube, so strict.
so
I
it's such a
know.
pain.
Hmm.
And so I had to do all that. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Um, but yeah, so that is kind of in the works maybe. So I guess check out my TikTok
Nice.
and
Um,
maybe try to watch it
I
live.
forgot to mention. I forgot to mention that I don't know if you two ladies are aware of this or not, but Mackenzie Westmore has been posting on YouTube a lot. She has been on
Yeah, I've seen
YouTube
that.
posting a good number of videos that I guess she says that they're from like her archive or something like that or whatever. Like it started off with an episode of Passions Live with her and Liza. And I remember I commented on it saying this was the Passions Live episode of how I met my ex-wife. How I met my
Mm.
ex-wife and we fell in love and got married. I told her, I mentioned on the YouTube comment the whole story of how we met and all that stuff thanks to Passions Live. And she said that she loves hearing stories like that and everything. She loves hearing that stuff and all. It started off with that. Excuse me. And then I think just today, she posted another Passions Live one of her and Liza doing Passions trivia, and I commented on there telling her that I wanted to do Passions trivia on the podcast and everything. I know I tested you two, but I really wanted to question our guest appearances, our celebrity guest appearances. But number one, we just started going crazy with questions and everything, and that's number one. We just can't quit asking questions to do trivia. And number two, well, even if you include Christopher Malecki, even if you include him, who was on there for a good long time, and then you add on Jill Remez, which she comes on the 11th. Um, None of the people that we've had so far were on long enough to really know the answer to any of these questions. I mean, you got to remember. I mean, Danny Woodburn as the demon elf, he came on what in the middle half or whatever the word is of season 8, I guess it was, or something like that. Yeah, maybe season 8 or something, when Kay summoned the demon elf. Okay, it was a different actor, but like right in the next episode or about 2 scenes after the demon elf comes on, it's Danny Woodburn playing the character and all that stuff. I mean, we all know about that, Casey, after what Danny Woodburn told us. But I mean, he came out then. Don Swaby, oh my god, he definitely wouldn't know the answer to these things. He was on for just a certain amount of time as Chad.
Yeah.
And even though Christopher Malecki was on for a good long time, I don't think that he would know the answers to these things. And I know for a fact that Jill Remez definitely won't. She was only on the DirecTV season, so she definitely wouldn't know them. So I gotta get somebody on here who has been on long enough that that they would know the answers. And unfortunately, I mean, Dylan Fergus actually said that he was afraid that I was going to start, well, talking about the show and asking questions about the show. And he said with his memory issue, yeah, he wouldn't remember. So he didn't even remember this one question that I asked him. I told him that there was one DirecTV episode that I absolutely adored where, I mean, you remember it, Casey, where Noah and Paloma accidentally cast a spell on themselves to turn themselves into characters that I originally thought they were Gone with the Wind, but apparently not. And I can't figure out who are they supposed to be? Who is that supposed to be a parody of? I can't make it out. And he's like, I can't remember the episode. You'll have to send it to me. And I did, but he hasn't answered me about it. So yeah, I mean, we got to get some people on here who actually remember the show. I know that Eric and Lindsay and Mackenzie, I'm sure they would remember stuff if you ask them questions. But yeah,
They've been on from the beginning, so
yeah, I'm sure
yeah.
there are a good number of actors that still remember, remember the stuff and everything or whatever. I mean, I don't know, the actors we've had on so far, I just don't think that they would remember very much of this stuff. So yeah. But no, I told her that, and I told her that on YouTube. I told her that we would love to actually get her on or whatever. She goes, you never know, and so that's what she said. You never know. She's been a total sweetheart. She's been posting on YouTube like a lot. I'm actually really, really shocked every time I see another video of hers on YouTube. I'm like, oh wow, she's really on the roll finding stuff of. Oh, and she also has. I forgot. I remember now. The second video that came after that first Passions Live. The second one was her doing another podcast and actually explaining that she originally auditioned for Gwen before she auditioned for Sheridan, and going into all this stuff about Star Trek and like her auditioning for this and auditioning for that, and she didn't get Passions for like months later and all that stuff or whatever, and when she didn't get cast in this, she ended up getting Sheridan and all that stuff, and things kind of turned around for her, and basically them saying, if you can be on a plane to head to France, because that's where we're heading to film for Sheridan. I'm like, dang, that must be some way to get a job. It's like you get a job and you're told, okay, you're going to France.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
yeah, she talks about it. There's a podcast she did with Travis and Natalie, their Passions podcast that they did, and she talked about that. And how she thought, like, I think got called for like a outfit fitting, and she thought it was for Star Trek or something. And it ended up being for Passions, and then they sent her to Paris, and that she had just gotten like boob implants, and she popped a stitch or something like that. And the guy who was like, what's his name, Jean-Pierre maybe or something like that, whoever the guy was, the leading guy in the beginning.
Oh, you mean the guy that tricked her, who she thought she was going to marry, and then he turned out to be an ass? Yeah, Jean-Luc or something. Yeah,
Jean-Luc. Yeah. He spoke English and took her to like a doctor or something like there, so they can. But she like kept, filming or something like that. Yeah, she
right.
She's on there, and then there's another Passions podcast that she did. Yeah, it's probably been years. I think it's on their Patreon, so I don't know if you can actually even access it, but where she talks about that. She's very nice. I occasionally comment on her. What did I comment on recently? Oh, something about Westmore Beauty. Because I had all my makeup that I currently use is Westmore Beauty. Like I use her Supreme Cream. I mix it with another foundation.
Right, but my box of the stuff that I won from her. I gotta see where that box is.
Yeah, I use the Supreme Cream, the eyeliner, the mascara, like everything pretty much that is makeup on my face is pretty much Westmore Beauty. And I commented about, I went to a party a couple weeks ago and like got a bunch of compliments on my skin from the doctor I work for, from his wife. And she commented back like, oh, like, would you mind posting a picture next time or something like that? So next time I go out, I will post a picture and tag me or something like that, and tag her Westmore Beauty. So
I've known for a long time, even before she mentioned that on the podcast, I've known for a long time that she auditioned for Gwen. I've known that a number of years ago. And the truth of the matter is, if her hair was a little bit longer, I can kind of see that. I can kind of see a little bit of a... I mean, well, both of them turned villainous, if you know what I mean. I mean, Sheridan redeemed herself. Gwen didn't until the very last few minutes of the final episode. But I will just say, or whatever, I had no idea. I mean, I knew her family was big, but I had no idea that Mackenzie herself was so big, because, I mean, I thought that, well, if you didn't watch Passions, you're probably not going to know a lot of these actors. You're probably going to hear these names and have not known of these actors unless you watched Passions. But I mentioned Mackenzie to two people, and they knew her name. Like, one of them was like, dude, I know Mackenzie Westmore, okay? Star Trek. Like that. And then I said it to another girl, and she goes, I love Mackenzie Westmore. She hosted Face Off. And I'm like, oh my god, I had no idea she was that big. I knew she was on those things, but still, I never really thought of her as like one of those big names, if you know what I mean. I thought, well, Passions is probably what she's going to be most known for. She may go on and get other things, but...
So I really... Face Off, when it came to Netflix, I probably also really helped her popularity, because that's how, like, my husband watched Face Off like all the time. And I remember coming in while he was watching And I was like, what? Like, what are you watching? He's like, oh, it's Face Off. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's Sheridan Crane. He's
Yeah.
like, you know, he's like Sheridan Crane. I'm like, who was that? You know, I'm like, oh my gosh, Passions. Like, it's like, oh, the host, like Mackenzie Westmore. I'm like, yeah.
Or as she's known, even though it only lasted for a certain amount of time, it remained in the credits all the way to the end. Sheridan Crane Booth. It remained that way in the credits all the way to the end, even though she didn't stay with Chris. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember a good number of years ago, a good number of years ago, after the show had ended, I remember I actually got in touch with her on Facebook, and I remember asking her, "What do you do now, or whatever? Now that Passions is done, what do you do?" And she goes, "I host a show called Face Off," and I'm like, "Oh dang!" And then I knew I had to check that out or whatever, but didn't really see very much of it. It's just not my type of show. I think I might have saw one episode where they did Wizard of Oz on Face Off, but other than that, I didn't really. It's not my kind of show, so.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, we watched it. Like I said, my husband was really into it. He's into those kind of shows,
Yeah,
and it was really good. I liked it a lot. It was good.
but
And her
yeah.
makeup is great. Her Mackenzie or Westmore Beauty is really good makeup. So
Seems like a good number of women in their life. If they're not being actors, they're usually running beauty things. If you know what I mean. If they're not being an actress, they're doing something
Fashion.
beauty. I mean, look at the Olsen twins.
yeah,
Yep. Into fashion now.
Yeah, seems like a lot of women actresses, whether they were actresses, they would go into fashion and all that. I'm like, dang, don't these that they're not doing acting, they're doing fashion.
yeah, yep, yeah. Her makeup is
um,
great.
yep. Like I said, I got a few things of hers. Obviously, I can't use them. I'm a guy, but I'm saving them for just the right person to come into my life if anybody does or whatever. I mean, I'm saving them just for that. But I have a box over there somewhere. I just gotta find them again. Um, I was actually just telling Casey, Acacia. I mean, this is something that yeah, I know you don't know about this or whatever, but it was just a few nights ago. This is really going to interest you. It was just a few nights ago, a live on TikTok. Silvana Arias, Paloma. She was doing a live video on TikTok. I was invited in, and I joined. It was really late. It was really late at night. It was like after 10, close to 11. It might have been midnight. I really can't remember, but it was really late at night. And she kept referencing that several times. I know it's late for a lot of you and stuff like that, but I actually messaged a number of times, and she would respond. And then, oh man, wait till you hear this one. This is just so sweet. I'm not going to go into full detail on the show, but but I will just say this. I some time ago, I can't remember when it was. I think it might have been before. No, maybe not. I think I was gonna say maybe it might have been before Casey and I started the podcast, but now that I think about it, it had to have been maybe after we started. It was some time ago. I just can't remember when, but some time ago I had requested from her because I found out one thing about her is she is something of an artist now. She's actually an artist. Gesundheit. And she loves to draw and color pictures. Well, I've noticed that she was doing a lot of Disney princesses, I was noticing. So I had requested from her, could you do me a picture of Princess Aurora? Because I know somebody who would like that. And she goes, absolutely, I'll do her next, absolutely. So time went by and I never heard from her again. And I was like, she probably forgot all about me. So I referenced it in the live. And she goes, I did it for you. I've got it right here, actually. I've got it right here. She showed it to me on the live TikTok. She had it right there. She's like, you all remember when I was doing the Disney princesses? Here's Princess Aurora. She had it right there. And then, yeah, and I even reminded her. She's like, I'll send it to you. I will send it to you. And I even reminded her before I logged off. I reminded her, don't forget to send me the picture on Instagram. She goes, I'll remember. I'll send it to you. I told her who I was so that she would remember. And the next morning I wake up, there it is. she sent it to me. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, she really did. She's a sweetheart. Yeah, she told me she does now voiceover work. She doesn't act anymore. She does voiceover work now. Um, she's a very good artist. I mean, she was only coloring a picture on the TikTok during the live one. She was like coloring and talking about what she was coloring and all that. And she's, oh my word, she really knows the right things to color with and like how to get in the lines and all that stuff. She's really dang good. I'm like, really good. But yeah, so yeah, she actually did answer me a few things. I was actually really shocked for the number of people. Usually, whenever I join into TikToks or lives or Instagram lives, there's usually so many people in there just asking questions. My question never gets answered. So it's kind of shocking of how many times Mackenzie and now Silvana have actually gotten to me whenever I join their lives. I'm really shocked. But yeah, I got my pictures. I know just who I'm going to send it to.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, I've seen her lives a few times where she's like coloring.
Hmm.
I actually went on our website not too long ago. I was gonna order something, but um, we'll see. I might still order something, but it was. I think she does like coloring books or like like colorable stickers or something like that. So I
Hmm.
looked at them. I thought about ordering something, but we'll see.
I like to call too.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Yep.
I used to be an I told her this too. I said I used to be something of an artist, but I lost my talent. If I was to pick up anything now, I wouldn't even know where to start. I just kind of lost it all. So I just can't do it anymore. I don't know what it is. But I do have some old pictures that I drew many years ago for this now ex-girlfriend of mine. I drew some very, very good ones, and I'm really blown away of how well they came out. So yeah, I'll show you girls later. But yeah, so I used to be like that. Um, Remind me again, Acacia. I can't remember what you said, but you've been with us for quite a while. I can't remember. Remind me again. Were you actually watching the show when it was on TV, or did you not know about it or find out or get to watching it until after it was all done and over?
I started watching it when it was still on TV. I was like 13. It was like 2004.
Okay.
So yeah, so I started watching. I think like the first scene actually it's probably been, oh my gosh, it was in like June, sometime in June.
Well, that's my
Um,
birthday, so.
yeah, sometime in June when I watched the first episode. Like I said, I was like just kind of flipping around channels and I saw Brooke Kerr. It was like a love scene. It was like Brooke Kerr and Charles
Charles
Divins.
Divins.
Yes. And I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, I've never seen this girl. Like I didn't know her name at the time. But obviously now Brooke Kerr in anything, like she's been in like small like guest appearance roles and like Family Matters or I think like the Steve Harvey show and like stuff like that. And I
Oh, I
remember
didn't know she
thinking
did
like,
that much. Oh.
yeah, she had done a lot of like guest
I
roles.
know she's on General Hospital now, but I didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, she had done some guest roles, and I remember always thinking like, "Oh my gosh, she's so pretty." And so when I saw her on Passions, I was like, "Oh my gosh, like what is this
She got a
show?"
big role on that. Just a shame she didn't stay till the end. It really just didn't. I mean, I'm going to be honest. We all know the reason because Brooke Kerr decided to leave, but it so seems just so out of character that Teresa's best friend would not be there for her wedding to Ethan or whatever. You know, she wasn't there. Well, actually, we know the reason why she wasn't there the first time that we. Well, I don't know if you're aware about this part, Acacia, so kind of spoiler alert just in case. We all know the reason why she wasn't there the first time because when actually her marriage to Ethan was null and void because Alistair was revealed to be alive still. But during that time, if I remember correctly, Whitney and Chad they were trying to stall Gwen and Rebecca from stopping the wedding. That's why she wasn't there the first time. But the very, very, very final episode where the marriage was legal and all that stuff, it just seems so out of character that Teresa's best friend wouldn't be there to see her get married. That would have really been something to have Whitney
Yeah.
return back for the final episode or something like that. I mean, we get like what, like for one episode very briefly. Oh my God, Jessica comes back temporarily. She's unable to attend the weddings, but she's to attend the wedding, but she is able to see Kay and wish her luck and actually tell her that she has started a relationship with Reese Durkee and everything off screen and everything. But I mean, she came back. Why couldn't Whitney come back for just a brief time, just to? Yeah, well, obviously Teresa was pretending to be dead by that point, but still, it's just a shame that Eve was the last Russell left on the show at the end. She was the only Russell left over.
Was was she on General Hospital at that point? Because I know that she like shortly after.
No, no,
Okay.
she didn't get cast on General Hospital until a long time after.
Okay.
I think I might have still, I can't remember for sure, but I might have still been married to my now ex-wife when she got cast. I can't remember for sure. And it was kind of interesting, the two things that there was not that often, but a few times, Lindsay Hartley would actually step in to fill in for Sam whenever the original Sam was out. Lindsay Hartley would temporarily play Sam. So I'm like thinking to myself, I wonder if she has any scenes with Brooke Kerr. I wonder. I didn't watch, but I wondered. And
I
that's number
thought
one.
about that because I follow Lindsay on I follow both of them on Instagram, and that she had, like Lindsay had posted. I mean, it's obviously been years ago.
Mm,
A picture of them together, like, oh, like reunited, like
yeah,
surprise or something like that, and they were both like on the set of
yeah. That's number one, and
Lucy
number
General
two.
Hospital.
Yeah, and number two, the other one was, I mean, I think it might have been Brooke herself. I really can't remember, but somebody had actually said she's basically following her mother's footsteps. I mean, Eve was a doctor, and now Brooke Kerr's playing a doctor on General Hospital, so she's basically following her mom's footsteps. um, yeah, what you were just saying there, that's always icing on the cake whenever it's like actors from like the actors from Passions, they go on to do another show, and then they end up being reunited on another show. That's always icing on the cake. I'll never
Oh,
forget. I'll never forget when Galen and Eric were reunited on Days of Our Lives, and they very first introduced themselves. You're like to each other. You're like, I'm Brady Black. I'm Sammy's stepbrother. Sorry to have bothered you, and all that. No, no, no. It's all right, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bust out on you. Hey, don't worry about it. How do you know Sammy? Stuff like that and everything. It's like, oh my god. In the beginning, Galen's character hated the Cranes and everything, and now here he is being reunited with Ethan for the first time on Days of Our Lives. It's so cool. I was like, damn. But, so, yeah.
Yeah, no, super
um,
cool.
what's that?
I was just saying, yeah, it's super cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so, no, but I mean, Casey and I, we've actually been talking for a bit or whatever. I mean, I believe that we might have brought this up a number of times, but I mean, it's kind of a no wonder kind of thing or whatever that we don't really see very many of the actors acting with each other anymore because, I mean, even Mackenzie even said so herself. Um, we don't really think that very many of the Passions actors are still acting anymore. I mean, a lot of them after Passions kind of just stopped. I mean, there was a good number of things you might have seen them before they got cast on Passions, but after, um, I mean, I can't even really think of outside of like um, Eric, Galen, Lindsay, Brooke, obviously on General Hospital, Blair Redford,
Justin,
huh?
Justin Hartley.
Justin, yep,
yeah,
Jesse. Mm,
I was watching one of Justin Hartley shows on Peacock, I think it was.
mm,
Yeah,
Yeah,
one time.
Tracker is super popular. I don't watch it, but I know a lot of people. I mean, it's like I think on CBS maybe like one of the top shows. I did watch This Is Us when it was on TV for a
mhm.
while. I kind of stopped watching it after
And who's that we're talking about again here?
Justin Hartley.
Oh, of
Justin
course.
Hartley.
He's somebody that is very hard for me to actually get a hold of the management. I mean, I already told you, I got a hold of.
Super popular. I would it would
Well,
be
not just that, but it's also that I did get a hold of one of his managements, and they said we don't usually do that unless it's a paying gig. Unless it's a paying gig, they They're like the only one that has ever said that. But I do have some other numbers that I haven't tried of him yet, but nobody has answered the phone for him. So aside from those that say if it's not a paying gig, our actors don't do that. So,
Yeah, we don't
um,
have that kind of money to pay them.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently, like I said, I've attended a few Days of Our Lives, um, whatever the thing is, get-togethers on Zoom. Back at the time, back when I had my original Facebook, and I've met a good number of Days actors, including Galen and Eric. Um, and I've come to find out from a friend of mine that said, if you wanted to do that where you had a number of fans join in for the actors, you would have to pay the actors to do that. They're not just gonna do an interview. So I guess we might be lucky with what we're doing right here or whatever, that we're getting to meet such big idols of ours from my favorite show. I don't know about you two, but you know what I mean. And stuff like that. So, um, but but yeah, you're right. Justin is very big like that, and I mean, I haven't been able to get a hold of him. My friend also said that he's very busy and very booked right now. So good luck
Yeah.
getting him. So yeah, um, but no, very very few of the actors have. I mean, at least myself. I don't know about you two, but that I've actually seen in other things or whatever. I mean. There was a friend of mine said this was some time ago, like a good while back and everything. A friend of mine actually said that Travis was actually going to be coming to General Hospital, and he never did.
Mm.
Found that rather interesting. I was like, dang.
They probably don't need him, you know.
I don't know. Like I said, yeah, Blair definitely. I mean, acting is a part of Blair, if you know what I mean. He's done a lot before Passions, and he's done movies and TV, and he's still doing stuff now. Back when I don't know what's going on today, but back when I was talking to his dad, when his dad was still alive, his dad actually said Blair has actually decided to take a break from soap operas. So, I don't know what's going on today if he would actually do any soap operas if offered, but that was just back at the time when his dad was alive and I was talking to him. So, but yeah, that's a part of him, if you know what I mean. He's out there being an actor, so yeah. And I, my roommate told me, I forget when this was from. It's old. I can't remember when it's from. It was after Passions, but it was old nonetheless. If you look it up on Tubi, it's a TV series. Apparently, it's a TV show. I think it's called Twins or something. I think it's called Molly Stanton Charity.
Yeah, I posted when I did the Where Are They Now, because I occasionally do Where Are They Nows on TikTok, and I posted about that, and someone was like, "Oh my gosh, like I love Twins," and I
Yeah,
guess
I
it
my
never,
was on like
roommates.
ABC maybe or something like that, and then it got canceled. So
I never see it. Never
According to my
see it.
roommate,
So,
Molly Stanton plays a prostitute.
mm,
Yeah, very different
but
from
then
Charity.
some other movie too, I think, where she played like a Playboy model or something like that, or a Playboy bunny or something.
Dang.
uh Miss Calendar maybe or something like that. I forgot. I like I said, I made a Where Are They Now, and
Hmm.
it's actually fairly popular, but it so a lot of people were like, oh, I love Twins, or oh, like I remember she played like an epileptic Playboy bunny or something like that, in this movie. And now I think that she lives, like she's in LA. She's a esthetician. She like does facials, and she does high frequency um
Another
high
fashion
frequency
person,
mod-
huh?
yeah, she does high
Jeez, how many
frequency
women have become
training or
fashion
whatever.
people after acting?
mm,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I can't find any contact with her on IMDb Pro. Oh, I would have loved to get her.
Yeah, she doesn't. She is really. I've. I don't know if I follow her on Instagram. I don't think so. I think that she does like is super private.
Really?
I found her the shop that her shop that she does high frequency. No, yeah, yeah. the shop that where she does the high frequency facials and things like that. But I think she's like in LA or Santa Barbara. I think so, something like that. She does
Yeah,
everything.
apparently her and all of the K's are extremely private or whatever. What with Taylor being an abuse victim on Passions, Deanna, no idea, and Heidi, even though she's married to a famous football player and her dad is famous, she herself has kind of like hit herself a little bit. I mean, okay, yeah, I saw her in one horror movie alongside Mackenzie Westmore after Passions. I mean, Mackenzie Westmore played the villain, and Heidi played one of the victims or whatever. But other than that, yeah, she also, like, I mean, obviously, I mean, you all know what happened to me on Instagram with her or whatever. Casey, I'm still waiting on you to message her. So, but
I
yeah,
think
huh?
I think I have. I think
Okay.
I on
Well, check it out.
Instagram.
Look in your message box or whatever, and tell me if you did, and then cool.
Yeah.
Because I can't. I mean, yeah, but but yeah. So I mean, yeah. So that those people are obviously. I can't even find any contact with the replacement charity, Christina something. I forget her last name. Who took over for charity after Molly left? I can't find any contact on her neither. There's a lot of people on IMDb Pro that I'm shocked that I can't find any info on, and then the people that I least expect to find any contact on, they've got contacts on there. I mean, again, I least expected to see any contact with Emily Harper. I was like, dang, her publicist is there, and I'm like, and like I said, I did get a hold of her publicist, her old publicist, that is, who publicized her years ago or whatever, you know, and he's like, I remember her. She was a really sweet person and all that. No, I don't. I'm not her publicist anymore. I'm not in the publicity world anymore, and so haven't been for years and all that. But I did find only one that said send an email to here, and we'll see. If I was like, dang, I least expected to find any contact with her. So that was a real shocker. And all the people that I expect to see contacts with, there's nothing. I mean, seriously, Mackenzie Westmore. I mean, come on, Star Trek people. She's got to have contacts somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's like none on the page. Kind of interesting. Don't worry, guys. I'm sure we'll probably get her at some point. She's probably just way too busy, like, right now. But, I don't know. Maybe, like, towards later, maybe I'll try again in the fall, or maybe, like, the beginning of next year or something. We'll try her again. I'll just... At least I know that I've got contact with her, at least. That's definitely... If only there was a way to send her, you know, messages or whatever on TikTok. She doesn't really know how to check her messages on TikTok, she says. So... If I was to send her a message, it wouldn't get to her because she doesn't know how to check them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, now, Acacia, I guess you kind of see what happens to me and Casey when we run out of things.
I'm trying to think. I don't have any. 'Cause I'm in the same place with TikTok. I mean, with Passion. So,
mhm,
I mean, not the same place. Like I watched like 2 or 3 episodes this week, but it's like kind of in the same place.
sure.
Nothing like
Those things do
major.
stretch out. Yeah, they go on for a very long
Nothing.
time. Like storylines that should really take only about a week end up happening for like a month. So,
I know it takes forever. So I'm like, I need to
Galen
like
mentioned
buckle
that
down and
numbers of times.
watch like a month's worth. It's funny though. So Passions will be what 27 years old on the 3rd, right?
Oh,
July
really?
3rd?
No,
Isn't it 10 years?
July 5th. July 5th is
July
when it starts.
5th. Okay. So
July
that's
5th.
like next Sunday. I can't believe that it's gonna be
No, that's
30 years old since it started or whatever. 30 years.
that's easy for me to it's easy for me to remember because that's my my ex-wife's birthday.
Nice. Yep. So that's crazy. I'll probably have some kind of TikTok post about that. Um,
Sure, absolutely.
and
Well, that's definitely something to talk about on the next podcast. That, you know, just the other day, it was It was Bastion's, birthday, anniversary, whatever it's called.
That's crazy. I wonder if any of the actors will post about it being like the 27th
Yeah.
anniversary or something. I think sometimes a lot of them, like not a lot. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but some of them. But
Hmm.
yeah. So
I mean,
um,
I know there are a good number of the actors that remember fondly of the show. I mean, I know that there's some that don't really think about it that much. I mean, Don Swaby basically said after he left the show, he never really watched it. He said it wasn't really his kind of show or whatever. Acting in it is one thing, but it's just not a show that he would watch or whatever. It's not his kind of show and stuff like that. But and we all know kind of about poor Taylor and everything. We know that she doesn't want to remember the memories of it and stuff like that. So, but I don't know anybody else who, you know, wouldn't care for it or doesn't like to remember it or whatever. But I
yeah,
know there are a lot of them that think fondly of it. Eric, Galen, and Lindsay being three of them. So
yeah,
Dana too, because Dana Sparks. Because again, you got to remember when I very first contacted Dana in an email, she said that she misses her time on Passions and remembers it. And originally she was gonna appear here until after a number of emails, and once she found out this was on webcam, she said, "I thank you for considering me, but this isn't something that I think I can do right now, or whatever." And so there you go. So
yeah. No, yeah. I think I'll be interested to see who all posts about it. And,
yeah, that'd
um,
really be something. Yeah,
um, trying to think. So I
I
have
would.
new stuff. What are you gonna say?
Oh no, I was just gonna say that just like what you did, I would even do my own "Where Are They Now" or whatever, but I don't know where a lot of them are now.
It takes that's why it has taken so long. I had someone when I did let's see, I've only done a few. I think I've only done maybe two, Molly and Dana. And I had someone who was like, "Oh, you do these regularly?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I would like to do them every couple weeks, but it's just takes so long to like between finding pictures and then like the captions and like actually figuring out where people are. And I don't want to do like the easy ones, like we know where Lindsay is. Like I'll do them eventually, like
Sure.
Justin, Lindsay, Eric. Like we kind of know where they are. They'll be kind of like towards the end of the, because again, like we
I
see
would even
them.
like to do another. I know I've already done one some time ago, but I would like to do another one, kind of make it better now that I have the proper, what's it called, on programs and everything on the computer and all that stuff. I would kind of like to make another montage of all of the recasts side by side and everything, kind of just side all the recasts and everything. But
I want to do the recast at some point too. Like I try to do the like actors that people would know, but also they weren't like the main storylines. So, um, James Hyde is the next one. Like I have all the pictures, I have all of the information. I just haven't posted it yet, and I've kind of tried to alternate between posting clips of the show and like just kind of funny things that I think of. I've actually did more posting this probably week or so than I have in a while because I just don't. I just
hmm
get busy and it's hard to like take time. Like with the clips, I have to like screen record a whole clip and cut it up and make it make sense and all
sure.
that stuff. So I do have one. I'm probably gonna post it maybe what's tomorrow Sunday, probably Monday. I try to post during the weekday and then weekends not as much. But during it's it's the scene at the beginning, the one of the first few episodes where the fortune teller Tabitha is telling Teresa that she's gonna be Mrs. Crane, and
Once
I had
again, I mean, it's like
perfect
we
clip.
mentioned before that happened again in the Direct TV seasons, and
Yeah.
me and Casey are like, seriously, Teresa,
They,
you're grown up now. You're not a teenager anymore, and you still believe that fortune tellers are real.
she
Come
thought it,
on,
she
grow
thought
up.
of the get where the Gwen is poisonable. Remember that? She
Exactly.
poisoned
When
Gwen
she accidentally,
so she
well,
can't have
she
Ethan.
thought she accidentally poisoned Gwen. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen clips of that.
That's
Um,
one of my least favorite storylines, and it's really where I hated Sam one of the most because I mean he freaking arrests Teresa, and I'm like, Sam, what kind of a friend are you? Seriously, this is one of the reasons I don't like Sam because he's arresting people who he loves and who he cares about very, very much. I get it, it's his job, but if I was a cop, I don't think I'd be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to put
I would at least
cuffs
have
on
someone
family
else
and
do it,
loved
but I feel
ones.
like with the professions and passions, and I actually made a post about this, kind of touched on it um, in one of my top five whatevers. That like in
Right.
Harmony, there literally like are no backup professions. Like, okay, so you have Luis and Sam are like the police officers who
And
invest
Paloma.
like everything. Paloma, I haven't
And
gotten
Paloma too.
with her
Paloma
being
too. She's an officer.
yeah, so like they like okay, so we have like three officers, then like Eve. Eve is the doctor for literally everything that happens. Like she has done hypnotherapy, which by the way, doctors don't normally do hypnotherapy,
Oh boy.
but whatever. I mean, you can. It's not you don't have to you have to be trained in it. It's not like a licensed it's not like regulated by a licensing board
Hmm.
like a therapist or something like that. So like her doing hypnotherapy on Sheridan and then she's like delivering Teresa's babies and like giving Teresa like genetic counseling on, you know, the DNA of the twins that she's carrying and handling Antonio's medicine. I mean, literally Eve might as well just worked the whole like she clearly worked the whole hospital. Like she was in
Yeah.
every strain of medicine that you could like practice in, which obviously isn't super
Yeah.
realistic. It's a soap opera, but Eve is like there was a post on Reddit recently, like who's your favorite doctor in every soap opera, and I think I commented like, oh well, Eve because clearly she just did everything.
Did
Like
everything.
she was the hypnotherapist, she did counseling, she did OB, she did primary care, she did emergency medicine. I mean, she was the whole hospital clearly.
Yeah.
And she always was like, give him a sedative, give him a sedative. I'm like, oh my God, you gave everyone a sedative. Like, you are killing people here.
Yep.
But yeah, so I don't know if you
Well,
guys ever
no,
check
I
out this.
completely get it, but the only times that I can remember, I mean, there might have been others, but the only times that I can actually remember seeing other officers, doctors, whatever, stuff like that, other than what we just mentioned, like I said, I'm sure there were others, but this is just what I remember, is the one when Alistair had returned and Teresa and everybody found out that he was still alive, and Ethan was poisoned by the strawberries, and Alistair just killed Chad, and then in burst these other officers, put your hands up! You know, and Alistair's like, you can't stop me, jump out the window, and all that, or whatever, and like that moment, obviously they took Chad and Ethan out on gurneys, and probably one of my favorites, you can't forget about that one, the final episode. Some random cop hitting on Gwen. I mean, just something that like
Yeah, like that one.
how in the hell did he end up there? I mean, he actually survived the volcano erupting. I mean, he just shows up out of nowhere. I'm like, how did he get there? And he asks
There
Gwen out on a date when she gets out on bail. I'm like, who is this guy? What is he, a warlock too? He just shows up at the church after all that lava was outside a little bit ago.
there was when Teresa got stabbed about yeah, Teresa yeah, when Teresa got stabbed by
Ooh,
Gwen.
Teresa gets stabbed? Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. So this is around when I first started watching it. Well not first because this was happened in like December and I started watching it in like June, but it was like the 2004 era. She's pregnant with what ended up being Jane, and she has Jane. Jane's like in the NICU, and Teresa's like, "Well, that's my baby. Like Gwen, you absolutely cannot go into the NICU. Like that's me and Ethan's baby." And it's this whole debacle because Gwen's like, "No, this is my baby. Like you were a surrogate carrying our baby." And then obviously Teresa has to explain like, no, I thought I miscarried, so then I had sex with Ethan, and
Right.
this is our baby, and then I was carrying twins, but I had to get rid of one, and ended up being y'all's baby.
Right.
Which she didn't know that. I don't think she didn't. Casey, I don't remember. Did she know? She didn't know that she was getting rid of their baby. She just went with like the weaker fetus, right?
Sure.
I think that that's how it happened. Um, but Gwen like goes on like psychotic delusion, and after it's found out that like this baby girl is Teresa and Ethan's baby, and Teresa's like, I'm going into the NICU, and Gwen stabs her in the back with a scalpel.
Oh
That was
man, I
like
did not
one of
know that
like,
stuff.
oh my
I
god, it's like
remember
my
that.
favorite part. Like I remember like being on the edge of my seat watching this. But that was
Mm.
like one of the only times that I ever saw another doctor, because some other doctor was like, she may never walk again, you know, and Teresa was like in a wheelchair for months after that. And then,
Yeah, I do know that Teresa and Ivy, they were in wheelchairs for a time. I am aware of that, but I never knew what for. So
oh
yeah.
yeah, no, you'll have to go back and watch. That is
They
my
talked
favorite.
about it on Passions Live. They talked about it on Passions Live when Lindsay and Kim were there. They talked about their wheelchair experiences. Only Kim got the
Electric.
mechanical electric one. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for it to get to that again, because that was such a great time. Like that to me is like
Mm.
peak passions, and maybe just because I'm nostalgic and it reminds me of being like 13, 14 again. But I
And
remember
it's
like being
just
on the edge of my seat, like, is Teresa gonna live? You know, which of course Teresa was gonna live because
yeah,
she's
she's the main
on the
female character of
show.
the show. She's got to live. If she doesn't, if Lindsay doesn't stay, they would just have to recast. They recast Ethan, so why not? Um, no, it's just seriously, it's a soap opera that just it's a soap opera that really just leaves you wondering why in the hell have they not gotten a spin-off yet? I mean, seriously, why? Out of all the soap operas that have gotten spin-offs, I mean, Young and the Restless, I believe, was Bold and the Beautiful, I think, and stuff like that. And All My Children tried to get a comeback online, but didn't really do very well. All these other soap operas have gotten comebacks, but unfortunately, Passion still hasn't, and it just really leaves a lot of people wondering why. It's just a soap that's just bound for a continuation.
It
But
would be great. I want to see what happened. I know that they did a long time, not a long time ago, but a few years ago, a documentary about passions that never aired. And I
yes, yes,
would love
Christopher
to.
Malecki brought that up. Christopher Malecki brought that up, and I can't remember it. I think that was mentioned in the book. I think that was mentioned in the book or whatever. I just can't remember. So yeah, I remember there was something about a documentary. A friend of mine told me about it, and it never happened. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder whatever happened with that.
And once again, they would have to definitely do some either big time story writing or some recasting because again, we don't have Julian, Father Lonigan, and Rebecca, so they would have to either do some recasting or do some serious writing to explain the absences. So yeah. But anyways, guys, you know what? That's the end of the episode, guys. We've made it through another episode. All right. We've made it through. Hey, listen, all of you fans out there, thank you so much for tuning in. Passions Supernatural podcast, I think, is going pretty good. I haven't really checked the viewers for a while. Yeah, I haven't really checked out the viewers, but I mean, it's going pretty well, I think, and everything. And I mean, hey, just if you missed this weekend, don't worry. Tune in next weekend. We'll be back again next weekend and all with some more stuff to discuss passions and all that stuff that even I didn't know. That's right. Even the host of Passions doesn't know. Podcast doesn't remember everything. So, or know everything. But all the same, once again, I would just like to say before we go, if any of you out there are a Passions fan, you watch the show, you love the show, and like Acacia said, it's very nostalgic and all that stuff, and you would just love to tell your story, talk to us about the soap, just find stuff out or whatever, just please give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and leave your name and a social media account that you use and put it in the comment sections below. Me or Casey will reach out to you. We know we will for sure. And we are hoping to get some more Passions cast on here and everything. I mean, again, within 2 weeks, everybody, just tune in 2 weeks. And we will be here with, I can't believe we actually got her, somebody I least expected. We'll be here with Juanita Vasquez herself, Jill Remez. She will be here in 2 weeks on July 11th. And once again, I mean, thank you, Acacia, for joining us today. It was great having you back after, I believe it was last weekend you weren't here. I think it was last weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Can't remember.
last weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, last weekend. But thank you so much for coming back. We love having you here as much as we
Thank you
can.
for having me.
Yep. And I mean, me and Casey, we love our viewers. We love you all. Thank you all for helping us keep passions alive. And until we meet again, I'm Joe Velasquez.
And Casey Metcalf.
And all of you, remember, as I always say, you are our passions for life. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Have a good night and tune in next
Good
week.
night, everybody.
Good night.